Japanese Quidditch Cup 2020 recap by Keith Jones. On January 25, 2020, the second Japanese Quidditch Cup (JQC) was held in Tokyo, Japan. Originally it was supposed to be held on November 24, 2019, but was rescheduled due to severe weather conditions. The first JQC, also held in Tokyo in 2018, saw 4 Japanese teams compete with each other. This time saw 5 teams competing against each other. The tournament was organized by the Japanese Quidditch Association, with Kohei Koyama, Yuya Nishimura, Rikuta Mizukoshi, Kazuma Abe and Yudai Lino being the main organizers in this marvelous event. The tournament followed the IQA 2018-2020 rulebook with a new rule: if a team catches the snitch and the catch is good, and the final score is tied, the team who caught the snitch would be declared the winner. This meant no overtimes or second overtimes in an effort to save time. The one-day tournament consisted of 10 matches, where each of the 5 participating Japanese teams would play each other once, and the team with the most wins would be crowned the national champions of Japan. The schedule consisted of 8 slots. In each slot there would be 1 match, however, due time constraints, the first and last slots would have 2 matches happening simultaneously. Yuya Nishimura, Kohei Koyama, Rikuta Mizukoshi, Stephen Lilko and Keith Jones were the head referees during this national tournament. The 5 participating teams were the Tokyo Penguins, Katayabori Quidditch, Kaminari Monsters, Azabu Stirring and Osaka Orcanes. The Tokyo Penguins team comprised of 12 players. The team was founded by Kohei Koyama back in December 2018. They were the champions in the first JQC. Their team is led by Captain Minami Hirakawa. Their colors were blue and white. The Katayabori Quidditch team comprised of 15 players. The team was led by captain and founder Keisuke Mishiba. It was formed back in 2018 before the first JQC, and has also participated in the first Edo Cup in 2019. Katayaburi means unconventional in Japanese. An interesting fact about the Katayabori players is that they also play other sports such as football, korfball, chukball, volleyball, molki and other non-mainstream sports. Their colors were red. The Kaminari Monsters comprised of 15 players. The team was founded back in August 2018, by Stephen Lilko and Camilla Cordia. They were the runner-ups in the first JQC, and winners of the first Edo Cup in 2019. Their team is led by Captain Stephen Lilko. Their colors were mixture of colors, mostly black, green, and yellow. The Azabu Stirrings comprised of 20 players. The team was led by their captain and founder Shuhei Endo. It was formed in 2019, and the second JQC was its debut appearance in a Japanese Quidditch tournament. Its colors were white. The Osaka Orcanes comprised of 10 players. The team was led by their captain and founder Yuichi Kobayashi. This team is only non-Tokyo team in the second JQC, as it was formed in Osaka in 2019. This is their first tournament appearance ever. Its colors were purple. The tournament kick off with 2 matches starting at the same time, with the Penguins playing against the Orcanes and Monsters against Katayabori. A few times, bludgers strayed into the opposing game. The Penguins had the advantage in terms of experience and numbers, however the Orcanes managed to catch the snitch cold catch, but the final score was 120-50 to the Penguins. The Monsters and Katayabori match was even matched and paced as both teams were fielded players of similar numbers and experience. Bludger control was on Monsters' side. This led to the Monsters catching the snitch, resulting in a win of 110-90. The next game saw Azabu play against the Penguins. The Penguins appeared to be playing defensively and cautiously with strategic short and long passes, as they were recovering from their match from the Orcanes. Azabu utilized quick drives with bludger control to attempt to score. The final score was 60-60 with Azabu catching the snitch. Under the JQC snitch rule, Azabu was declared the winner. Round 3 saw the Monsters playing against the Orcanes. The Monsters had the advantage of experienced players, better organization and coordination that saw them dominating the game. But just like their game with the Penguins, the Orcanes managed to catch the snitch, resulting in a final score of 160-50 Next up was Azabu playing against Katayabori. Both teams followed similar strategies, leading to a tight game. Both sides had strong, sturdy players willing to tackle to prevent a score. Despite Azabu's number advantage, Kataiburi's experience advantage secured its victory with better coordination and defense with a score of 130*-80. Round 5 saw the Penguins square off against the Monsters, with this being the longest and most intense match of the tournament. Two rivals playing it out, with the winners of this game heavily determining the outcome of the Japan Cup. Both sides employed similar offensive and defensive strategies, with both sides wearing each other out. When the snitch was released, it became an even tighter match. But in the end, the Monsters caught the snitch. However, the Penguins won through points, 100-60*.
Next saw Kataiburi play against the Orkneys. Kataiburi heavily dominated the game. This was only game where the Orkneys didn't catch the snitch. The final score was 200*-30 with total victory to Kataiburi. Afterwards was the Monsters' last game of the JQC with Azabu. Both teams started off with even energy, with one team cautiously moved up before driving into through the other team's defensive positions in an attempt to score. However, Azabu's numbers advantage led to the Monsters gradually getting tired more, thus resulting in Azabu leading in points. However, the Monsters managed to catch the snitch, thus the score was 70*-70. Under the JQC snitch rule, the Monsters were declared the winners. Round 8 saw the last two matches happening concurrently, with Kataiburi playing against the Penguins, and Orkneys against Azabu. The Azabu vs Orkneys match saw Azabu in favor due to the number difference. The Orkneys managed to catch the snitch, but Azabu won with 140*-70*. In the game between Kataiburi versus the Penguins, both sides gave it their all, sometimes resulting in reckless play with cards given to both sides. But in the end, the Penguins bested the Kataiburi by catching the snitch, score 90*-70. The final rankings of the second JQC were, Tokyo Penguins Kaminari Monsters Kataiburi Quidditch Azabu Stirring Osaka Orkneys. The second-ever Japanese Quidditch Cup achieved a lot of build-up in Japan, as the performances of the players would help form the first-ever Team Japan for the Quidditch World Cup to be held in Richmond, Virginia. Keisuke Mashiba stated that he was satisfied with the results and aims to definitely win in the next tournament. Shuhei Endo made similar remarks. Azabu had the highest potential. We could be number one if everyone was serious about the Japan Cup. The Penguins captain said, compared to the first JQC, everyone is getting better. And it was definitely more difficult to dominate the game. I am very excited about how far Team Japan can go in the World Cup. The Osaka Orkneys vowed to practice daily to become the best team in Japan. Stephen Lilko was quoted saying, "We were really happy to come second this year, as well. It was exactly what we were aiming at. We're happy to stay a relevant presence in the Japanese Quidditch scene and want to aim to place much higher." The tournament showcased the warm-hearted and friendliness of the Japanese community. All the participating teams and players enjoyed the smoothly organized national tournament, as well as feeling the respectful, bliss atmosphere of Tokyo during the weekend.